Welcome to the PodcastFCshow. My name is Tom. Our opening segment is powered by ZipRecruiter. It's the new year, which means a fresh start for your business. And a great year starts with making great hires. But posting your job in one place isn't enough to find quality candidates. If you want to find the perfect hire, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now you can with ZipRecruiter. You can jumpstart your hiring in 2017, post your job to 200 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with a single click. Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Just post once and watch your qualified candidates roll into ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, and hire the right person fast. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been used by over 1 million businesses. And right now, our listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ziprecruiter.com/sportsfan. That's right, ziprecruiter.com/sportsfan. One more time, to try for free, go to ziprecruiter.com/sportsfan.
Podcast FC Show is brought to you by CLNS Radio. CLNS Radio, the leading online provider of audio and video coverage of your favorite Boston sports teams. Follow CLNS Radio on social media. On Twitter, you can find them at CLNS Radio. On Facebook, search CLNS Fans. That's one word, CLNS Fans. And download the free CLNS Radio app on the iOS store and Android store as well. Simply search CLNS Radio in your app marketplace.
Pump it louder
and let
pump
it out.
it louder.
Singing crust, crusty McCrust. Are you feeling crust? I mean, Huss.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
First of all, let me apologize to all the fans who had to hear about Bussington talking about Bale.
No, you should start.
No. That was. I would say that'd be more Igor because he brought up, but I could see why.
You sided with him.
No, I was saying I could see why.
How dare you backtrack?
No, that's not backtracking.
You're moonwalking.
On baby.
No, I'm not moonwalking.
Michael Jackson right now, right?
No. I'm walking forward. I'm heading this.
Either way, campeones.
Los Blancos.
Back to black champions. Doing it
Black to black.
I was just gonna say black to black champions.
Back to black.
What? He said black to black.
Black to black. Two
I said
Champions
back to
League
back.
I thought I heard black to black.
You definitely said black to black.
Yo, here
Yeah, it's cool. We got you black.
First time in Champions League history that the Champions League has been retained by the same club. First time in 26 years since AC Milan 1990
Oh my god.
that the European Cup has been retained by the same club. This is a team we're going to be talking about for a long time.
Bro,
Players like Luka
legendary.
Modric, 3 Champions Leagues. Toni Kroos, 3 Champions Leagues. Cristiano Ronaldo, 4 Champions Leagues.
Where you at, Messi?
And on that note, he matches Messi, but I think he has even more than Messi because he actually won 4 himself, where Messi, the first one, 06, he was a passenger. You know,
Yeah,
that
he was
was the
legendary
Dino
team.
show,
He
the
was the Dino,
Semi Eto'o show.
And it's also Cristiano's won it with 2 different teams in 2 different leagues. He dragged Manchester's
Best of all
hairy
time.
balls all the way up to the top of the food chain.
Thank you, John Terry.
Banana
And
shoes.
then he drags Real Madrid 3 times. Dude, to think that midway through the season, these fans were booing this man.
What is wrong
This-
with them, though?
and they'll boo him next year.
They don't.
This kind of joy, man. I'm happy they got it because CR7's not on their team. But as soon as he leaves that team, I'm back to hating Madrid. And not hating Madrid because I love Barcelona, but just hating that entitlement of the fans, you know. But hey, I'm over here raining on their parade. Let me
Bro.
back the food up.
The parade is raining. Madrid must be absolutely wilding right now. But if we actually...
Hey, don't forget Napoli. Napoli's going pretty crazy too.
Why is that?
Higuain.
Because he didn't win?
No, because he didn't win, so they're all happy over there.
Dude, Higuain had himself a game, though.
Yeah, I know, but
they're still... He had himself a first half.
You tell me they're not celebrating that Real
I feel like
won, though?
Varane had himself a game, dude. Shutting him down the few times he tried to dribble, tried to give him the hips.
I think Casemiro had himself a game.
Balled out, too, dude.
Absolute dominance in the midfield, man. The new Gilberto Silva for Brazil. You get Neymar in the wings. Like you got Coutinho. You got Firmino. You got Marcelo.
Alves.
Thiago Silva. Marquinhos. Well, yeah, Thiago Silva's on his way out. But Casemiro and all that. Need the spine.
Only 25
it's a strong
years
spine.
old.
And 25.
Bro, he lived up to the hype, man. I remember when it was like Oscar, Lucas Moura, Ganzo, Casemiro, Neymar was like a little bit before then. But those kind of guys, their names being brought up. Yeah, they were the next class to come up. Casemiro kind of fell a little bit further back. Those other guys went to clubs before he did. And he kind of controversially joined Madrid. People were like, all right, what's this kid really made of?
Dude, yeah.
And, bro, he stepped up. He was absolutely amazing this game. Switched the ball so many times for them. People underrate how important that is as a 6, just dominating the tempo of the game.
You have that space, man. And that's what guys like Xabi Alonso is famous for, man. He's not the most athletic dude. Carrick does it on a small scale, but that's the style of play where he has the physical side as well, but like you don't need that side from him. You know what I mean? Like to play that awesome long ball, you add the physicality to him.
And he might be the perfect number 6.
Conte, Casemiro.
Top 2, right?
One thing that I said in the preview that would change the whole game is if he got a yellow card before the 20th minute. Was it 17 and a half minutes in or so? He got his second foul within like a couple minutes. Ref comes over, talks to him.
Yeah.
I was like, did I just predict this?
This could be it.
Then you got the 2 goals with, I was saying Ronaldo, I thought it was going to be with the head, but then I also said Mandzukic, I can't say his name.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I can't. But I was like, oh, cool. All right, I'm on track. I know what I'm talking about. And then, like, it all just went
you have
off the rails.
No idea what you're talking about.
I was like, I was only talking about first half.
I just have a question,
great
man.
discipline.
Defense wins championships?
But don't forget, Madrid had a very good defense. I mean, the only goal that they let up was an overhead kick that was sensational.
I think this was a situation of an unstoppable force meeting a slightly immovable object, and that slight movement was 4 goals. But I mean, against a lesser team, it's 6 or 7. Like that's how powerful this team is. It's one of a kind. We're looking at a dynasty here.
Right now,
three Champions League in 4 years. I mean, these guys have been through it together. You add a little piece here, a little piece there. It's who say they won't win it next year?
Dynasty teams, man, are always teams that have offense. You can have defense. You need the defense. Yeah. I'm not saying
you need goals though. They scored in every single game. Every single game this year they scored,
dude. Because to start a game and to know, okay, we're 2-0 up before the whistle's blown. We know guaranteed huge. Either it's going to come from Bale, either it's going to come from Ronaldo, Benz. We're getting 2 goals this game. Ronaldo, can we keep a clean sheet?
He's an automatic goal. He's an automatic goal. He stepped up. We all.
Enough talk.
Not all. I don't give him any shit because the man, he cemented his place in history already. But I'm tired of people criticizing Ronaldo, man. This guy's done it on the biggest level multiple times. Not the first time he scored in this game.
But we see it in other sports where you need a top
in
player. No, but right now, who's the only player on that field that's a top 5 player in the world? Cristiano. Juventus doesn't have a player that's top 5. He's not top 5. You could argue, but he doesn't have that magic moment. He's too young to have that magic moment that Cristiano does.
Buffon. In his position.
But in your position, but it's different. It's not top 5 of all positions. Now, if they're playing Barcelona, I could say, oh, Neymar's going to have a special moment. Messi's going to have
No doubt.
Cristiano had special moments.
But
that's what Juventus missed today.
But
Juve more than that one special moment.
Juve don't rely on special moments. They rely on teamwork. That's how they beat you. They beat you with structure, composure.
That was everyone's argument, right?
Consistency,
the most balanced team in the world.
But special players beat out consistency.
Not always, but today they did.
Special moments do.
They did today, but you can always shut that down if you don't have that luck.
Look,
it's about having that top player, having that top 5 player.
Yeah, top players
and
have
it could be that top 1 or 2 player in the world, depending on whatever you want to call it, Messi or
they
Cristiano.
got the one player, the top gun, and
best player in the world right now.
His 600th goal of his career.
Run that shit.
600 goals. He also leapfrogged Messi this year to get most goals in the Champions League.
105.
100. Oh no, like for
ever.
the league,
For
105 all time.
Yeah, that's absolutely unreal, dude. Like,
But he took that record away from Messi. So, dude, this whole year was just a year of records for him and trophies.
you know, coming into the preview, I said that Danny Carvajal has a chance of was listed as doubtful. I think he had an amazing impact on him. They needed him in this game. He was dealing with a slight hamstring pull, and I don't think Danilo or Nacho makes the same kind of impact this guy made, man. That first goal, overlapping, Mandzukic didn't track back, should have tracked back, but, I mean, the cutback is just stupendous.
That's great vision, man. That was absolute great vision, but that's 101 stuff, man. I think it was Khedira who was crashing in the box as well when Carvajal got the ball. Didn't see Ronaldo on the cutback.
You know what? Let's give Toni Kroos's credit to this goal, man. He was showing some pace, bro. I thought this dude was one of the slower guys. He got some pace to him.
I saw this dude, and I was like, I couldn't believe it either, man. I was like, dude, Kroos is just breaking tackles, like leapfrogging
Turning
people.
on the Jets,
like,
dog.
It was weird,
man. Beasted by Pjanic, cut across him.
Hey, man, you know what they call that dude? It's a big stage player, dude.
Yeah, man.
He's not shy. All of a sudden, he's dribbling. He adds a new element to his game, and he brings it up in the final. That's big stage stuff, man. You not only step up, you step beyond. You're dribbling
at the right
like
moment.
Come on, man. Casemiro just barreling shots in. Like,
and this goal was kind of the first goal. That is, was kind of against the run of play. Juventus, I thought, was really dominating the game the first 10 minutes. Man, I was like, Juve's feeling it. What's going on? Kilo Navas coming up with 2 big saves. I thought
really good saves.
The one off Pjanic was probably the biggest
below one. Yeah,
in earlier in the match.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. So with the midfield,
so why need a goalie, man? He makes a save when called upon. He made that save. It was a special freak.
Because of one.
It was a freak goal, man.
But you can't have that. Remember Barthez? Let him freak goals.
Dude, yeah,
he can't have that.
He had no feet
Top
though.
Level.
Nah, he let it regular.
He had major holes in his repertoire, his resume.
Yeah, but like it took a little while to find him. I'm not saying Navas is the same. What I'm saying is there's no moments.
If it's Courtois and he's 6'6", he gets there.
Does De Gea get it? Never mind everyone because Real
Madrid
is
linked does.
with De Gea.
I think De Gea gets there.
De Gea gets it, and that's why they're gonna.
How do you know for sure though?
Because we've seen him do it for United 3 years. He was man of the match, bro. He maybe didn't get that specific one, but what I'm saying is I've seen De Gea make more difficult saves. That was an awesome, not to take away from Mandzukic, man.
Alexandro with the overlap.
Dude, ball was in the air almost the whole time.
But I was looking chest control from Higuain to bring that ball down.
That's why I said it was absolutely amazing.
I was looking on the right side of the box. I'm like, what are you doing? Pass back. Oh, my God. And then I was over the house, and I just, because the first goal, he went nuts, so second goal, all right.
Yeah, because dude, it was Cristiano.
You Madrid over here? You guys going up against each other?
Yeah.
Dude, Cristiano scored a goal. I lost my shit because it was in the final. I thought at least he scored in the final. He had an impact, so he's on the sheet. He's in history.
Yeah, I was like,
I was already hearing the Ballon d'Or coming, you know. So I went crazy, and then Hussey got upset, so he had to go crazy.
I didn't get upset. Well, Al's sister Jacqueline was in town, so she was sitting between us, and then I think it was just so funny for her to be home and be like, oh, I miss these guys. Just because like we're just going, ah!
That has nothing to do with the story, man. You walked around the house for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I didn't read. The best part.
And then we just scored again. And again. And again.
Well, Al did it so hard. Al did so hard.
Let's just bro science that story.
Al just goes, oh, I'm dizzy.
I was yelling. Hey, I jumped off the couch.
Hey, but
drinking a beer.
But the thing was, at the end of my celebration, at least I said, hey, you guys want a beer? And I got a PS.
No one gives a shit, dude.
That's being so.
Just end the story. You took a 30-second story and blew it out of proportion.
No, I didn't blow out of proportion.
You're like Hollywood.
Of course, you took the first 30 seconds and now I had to say something. You took it just as long as I did. So anyways, in the second half. So Madrid was getting all over Juventus. But the thing is, I feel like Juventus, the midfield just deteriorated. There was no midfield for Juventus. Khedira, was he even on the field?
No,
bro, they were working so hard. And
Pjanic,
to cut them out.
He was a disappointment, but I think that's what you get when you get a player that's never been to the finals like that before.
I
don't think he was ready.
To Tom's point, man, plain and simple. So Juventus is a team, and unfortunately, no shots at Serie A is a team that plays in a weaker league, man. So every game they play, they have the bulk of possession, so they can afford to play the pressing system, press these guys. But against Real Madrid, who's going to make 10, 15, 20 passes before you win the ball, by the start of the second half, this team came out flat. Let's not
exaggerate because Juventus annihilated Barcelona.
Yeah, this is
in Champions League.
When was that? Like how many weeks ago was that?
But I mean,
weeks ago was
but
that?
don't act like they haven't
Barcelona-
played good teams.
Yeah, we're not saying that. It was just Barcelona didn't win their
Yeah.
domestic league. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So like Real
They
Madrid,
came in second, but I mean they.
Yeah, but
Sweet,
both these
so did
teams came in
Tottenham.
first.
Like,
Both these
that's
teams
what I'm
came in
saying.
first.
These dudes are
Yeah.
champions.
They're the champions of their countries.
It's a different level, and for me, honestly, Pjanic, bro, he took part in that first goal, that ball over the top. I thought Pjanic played, relatively well. The one
I say in the
dude-
second half.
And I say in the L, everyone was about this life on the field. The one dude who really disappointed me in this game was Dybala. Dybala, for me, disappointed me.
Why?
the most
Early
out of
Are you
every
kidding
yellow
me?
card. He
card.
had bad
Dude.
first touches, bad passes. There was opportunities where an easy opportunity where he could have just slid the ball in a typical Dybala fashion. When he's having a regular game, he'll find the open guy overlapping on the left side. It goes to the Real Madrid defender. And the thing that we always criticize Ozil for, you lose the ball, you don't chase back. He did that 3-4 times this game.
Multiple people in Juventus did, and that's what I was talking about. First off, it was a Dybala yellow card in the 12th minute that didn't help
Yeah, that
anything.
was terrible.
But that's what I was talking about with the special moments, special plays. He's not a top 5 player yet.
He's 23.
What I'm trying to get to, what I'm trying to get to,
disappointed
is,
me.
what I'm trying to get to is that I'm trying to help my point with the top 5 player. You need special players in special moments. This was a special moment. Cristiano is a special player. That's why he got the 2 goals. Dybala, not that special player yet. In 3
on his
years,
way. He's on
in
his
2
way.
to 3 years, yes, he will be. But it's too soon for
That's
him.
debatable.
Yeah, I just think he had the
but
worst game, honestly, out of all the guys on Juventus.
No
For
way,
me.
no way,
Was
man.
Dybala,
Dude, he had so
man.
much of the ball. He was one of the few bright lights for Juve. In
Dude,
that
every
first half,
time
he was
Matt
beating players. He
watches
had the ball.
dribbles, man.
He was making Marcelo.
Look,
with
you
the
can-
pass,
you can say-
he
you can
dribbled,
say-
he dribbled around, earned
No,
some fouls.
Dude, you can say he wasn't his
giveaways.
Dybala self, but to say he was the worst on Juventus, I disagree there, man.
Oh, I definitely think just optics, especially for his talent level. They needed a lot more from him in this game.
They need a special moment.
I think Dani Alves was the worst one on Juve's team today. For the second goal for Madrid, he just laid down, faked an injury up the field. Instead of just getting up, getting back, because the ref didn't call it, continue to stay down. Madrid get the ball, hey, get it to the left side. No one's there. And that's what they did, or the left side of their
Dude,
field.
there were plenty of players who took a nap. Mandzukic second half took a nap.
No,
Second
he had
half
no
for
recovery,
sure.
even in the first half.
Kadira,
dude,
after
great
that
goal.
deflected goal was gone.
It's
for the
almost
rest
as
of
if
the
they were
game.
playing for extra time.
Pjanic was trying, but like you could see the rest of the team wasn't trying. Dude, there was a time when Real Madrid were pinned in the corner off a throw-in, and the manager had to yell at them to press, something they normally just do. They go press. You got even a basic team that doesn't press. If you have the team backed up in their own corner, you just slide everyone up, man.
When
So I
you're-
think everyone just accepted defeat. They just laid down.
When you're
they didn't have
pressing
that Pogba
that hard
to press.
No,
It was- no,
That's that special player, man.
It was that
You
Bale.
can sleep. That's that
Look,
special
You
player.
know what it was?
Yeah, but
it was
he got his chance in the final. He didn't come through either. You know what I mean?
I know, but like he was that dude about
he
that
would have been
life.
better than. He would have been.
Chill out, man. United.
He would have been better than
Chill out.
Kadira. I don't know if they would have won
Yeah,
because
I
of
missed
him.
you guys.
But there was one time to add to that. There was one time I forget what it was. The Juve was bringing the ball up, and they lost the ball at the Madrid 18. 6 players from Juventus stood there and walked back. Madrid had a 5-on-4 or a 5-on-3 break. They messed it up.
Oh,
luckily,
when Isco
Yeah,
kind of
Isco.
let
Yeah,
it run
yeah.
through his
and,
legs. when he
and
shouldn't
Alan,
have.
I saw that. I'm like, dude, 6 players, 6.
Bro, the game was so open.
Dybala lost that ball.
Up and
I
down,
think
up and down.
Dybala lost that ball actually, and he
Didn't
didn't run
chase
back.
back.
I'm like, nobody's
Didn't chase back.
running back right now.
That's the part that I really look at, because we like to criticize Ozil and these guys when they don't do it, but then we look at a young guy like Dybala. If you lose the ball, you're the first one back, even if it's a 5-yard sprint and the guy beats you. Okay, show me something. Show me that
And man,
you care.
The difference is I don't think it's fair to compare him to Ozil, because Ozil 9 times out of 10 he's not dropping back. Dybala, when he's feeling hot, and that's 9 times out of 10 he'll drop back and cover. I think today the stage was big,
I'm comparing
man.
him to Ozil.
Why?
Playing the same position. Playing
No,
the 10.
but what I'm saying is you look at Dybala's historically, he's a hardworking player, man. He's a
but
hustler. Today
that's
he
why
did it.
I was very disappointed today.
Yeah, but
when
it's
it
not
came to the
Ozil.
biggest-
Ozil's big stage, small stage is not dropping back.
Okay,
Big stage, small
okay.
stage, league game,
But
cup game.
within
Dybala
that
drops
comparison
back.
of
There's no comparison.
No, I did, because in the FA Cup final, Ozil, he was dropping back. He was working his balls off in the FA Cup
Yes,
final.
but that's what I said. 9 times out of 10 or 1 out of 10 for him. So
Okay.
that was Ozil's 1 out of
Cool.
10.
But you know
this
what?
is Dybala's
Ozil
1
did
out
it in
of
the
10.
final.
when it mattered the most. If you don't do it in the league and shit, all right, yeah, that's a credit
did it
against
for 38
you.
games is my point. They won the
So
league
why
because
wouldn't
he did
you-
it.
and the thing
because
is, it's
he choked.
defense. It's
He
not-
choked.
it's
That's
not
all
just-
that happened. All I'm saying is he choked today. I don't criticize
to choke on not dropping. That's unforgivable. Now to choke on a
I think
missed
it's forgivable,
PK,
man.
to choke on a missed shot, a
It's
bad
totally
touch,
forgivable. How are you not going to forgive a play
for not working hard.
He's 23 years old. He'll
I
change.
think
But
I think he
that's
did work
your
hard.
ass,
He's not Casemiro. He's not supposed to be busting his butt, making last ditch tackles.
That's not what I'm asking, guys. Give the ball away
Yeah.
and run back. We
Dude,
should
I
have
agree.
for
He
it.
didn't-
And then for this,
But I'm not- no, we
when he
shit on
doesn't do it
Ozil. No,
in
we shit
this
on Ozil because
specific
he-
game. When he doesn't do it in this specific game, now all of a sudden we're light in this specific game. I'm not
Yes,
talking about
yes, we're
historically
like
what
this
Dybala,
specific
man.
game because
It's not
this is his 1
characteristic.
out of 10, man. This is his 10%. Ozil, the other way, he works hard 10% of the time. This guy's 90. He slipped on the biggest stage. He choked today. I'm not debating. He choked. What I'm saying, this is the one time Dybala doesn't drop, they lose 4-1. Out of 38 games, this motherfucker's dropping, dude. He's dropping those 5 yards like Alexi. He plays like Alexi Sanchez hard, man.
Not that level.
Look, not that level, but that's
No one's that level.
his mentality.
Defensively, not that
No,
level.
but that's his mentality, man. He's
Not
a
that
fucking
level,
gladiator. Read about that.
I know. I've
He's like,
watched him.
he choked today,
Yeah.
but let's not put him on the Ozil tip. Where Ozil 9 times out of 10 is
I'm not
fucking
saying
lazy.
that
The
that's
one
his
time
history.
he's awesome.
I'm saying
but
this
you're comparing
game-
him like Ozil.
Because
that's
when,
history.
But in this game, when he doesn't do it, then all of a sudden
No,
he
he
choked.
choked. Yes.
You didn't work hard defensively. That's
You
not
choked.
choking. That's
No.
laziness.
Yes,
Call
you're
him
lazy,
lazy.
but
Then
what I'm saying-
don't say choke because
he
choking
was
makes it
lazy
seems like Antoine Griezmann
He
who
was
missed the
lazy
PK in
today.
the final.
He was lazy
Okay,
today.
thank you. That's lazy.
Yes,
That's-
today.
That's unforgivable if you're lazy, Doug. Bust
It
your
is
ass.
forgivable, man. It is forgivable. It's he let his team down today, but this guy lives to fight another day. What do you mean,
man?
unforgivable?
He'll get a chance to make up for it.
He
but,
will. So it's
but-
forgivable.
I think you can criticize Mandzukic more.
You can't say it either.
Mandzukic. I can say it fine.
Damn.
I criticize this whole team
Because he had no backtracking abilities this game. He didn't track back once on the on Ronaldo's goal, on Ronaldo's first goal. Carvajal makes the run. He just trots back. It's funny you don't pick up Carvajal, but slip in, cover Cristiano wide open. Leaves him wide open. One touch finish again.
It's like he scored his goal even before he scored his
That
goal.
was before the
Wasn't
goal,
tracking back
yeah.
all
Yeah.
the way.
No.
But after he scored his goal too, like this, they just came out flat in the second half.
I think
man.
that goal
Dude, they
was
were
kinda
exhausted.
flat.
They had to be exhausted because they were just toast. And Dybala fits into that. It wasn't just he had a bad game, but the whole team was gassed.
But I mean,
The whole
it's hard.
team was
It's hard
gassed.
to beat Madrid on a normal day. It's also hard to beat Madrid when they have everything going for them. Even with that shot with Casemiro, his shot deflecting goes perfectly in the bottom left corner.
2 deflected goals.
Well, I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's hard enough to beat Madrid if those
Sure.
get deflected off. We got a 1-1 game going into the 90th minute.
Yeah.
If
But the thing is when actually no 60th because Cristiano that's third goal, Modric. Oh my God, that cross was
Work rate, man.
perfect.
Work rate.
Best center midfielder in the world.
Luka, come.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
why.
he is,
That's
yeah.
why
Does it all.
I'm happy for him.
until Pogba takes that
I
mantle.
feel like every
know?
time. I feel like every time that we bring him up, I always have to bring it back to how he didn't get respect like 3, 4, well, actually probably 4 years ago.
I give him respect.
I know, but a lot of people didn't. He got forgotten, and this is the type of player that he's top notch.
Because he's the little guy
From Croatia.
Scrappy.
Did you see him with
he's
He's
from,
a little
he's
Croatian,
from
man.
Croatia, so he's not
No
from
one's
a-
ever going to remember this guy except people who follow the game closely.
No, I think a
Like,
lot of people are gonna remember him now.
Watch, dude. 5, 6
I
years
know.
ago. Once he retires, 5 years go by.
A lot of people will remember him. A lot of
Insiders
people
will know
will.
him.
Our
But, like,
generation
you have
will.
to have paid attention. No,
Dude, who
not
knows,
our
Mike,
generation.
who knows
Yeah, I
who
think
Michael
our
Laudrup is? Nobody, you know?
But
he was
Played
a
for
baller.
Barca and Real.
And
one of the
his
greatest
fucking
players of all
brother
time.
was
Do you
a
see
beast
Luka?
as well.
Do you see Luka holding up the trophy? It's like the same size as him. He was like holding when he lifted up the trophy. He was like the same height as like Ramos.
That was like Conte.
Yeah.
when Conte lifted up the,
Actually,
the
that's
Premier
the
League.
thing. Casemiro, at the end of the game, like I kind of like I'm debating right now. I kind of want to make him player of the match. I'm like I don't know. Finally, I put on who scored. I'm like, all right, they kind of agree with me. He's doing good. Now, would you? Here's a question: start a team. Would you rather have Casemiro or Conte?
Conte.
I don't know, dude. I'm
Conte.
thinking Casemiro.
You know what, man? Conte. Something about that stamina,
you
man.
know what?
It's
Dude,
just-
it's the same debate as Messi, Ronaldo.
No.
Conte did it at Leicester, bro.
He also
And
did in
then
the
copied-
EPL,
and then he
but not
copied-
Champions League yet.
Fine, fair enough. Fair enough. But both their teams won their league this year. He won a back-to-back. Casemiro hasn't won back-to-back, and he has better players around him.
And
we all know.
We also facing
Leicester
Barcelona.
won because of Conte, not Vardy and fucking Mahrez. It's proven now. We know it. Obviously, those guys had a role to play, but without that number
Conte
6,
won Player of the Year.
come on,
Casemiro
dude.
hasn't won Player of the Year
Come on.
yet.
Look, and that's not the way I'm arguing. I'm arguing as if it's ridiculous
Conte wouldn't have
to
won it
compare
either.
these two.
He would not have won.
You never
Conte would not have won La Liga Player of the Year.
I'm not gonna superimpose all of
there's
that
no way to
because
hypotheticals.
You're telling me he's winning that over Cristiano Ronaldo?
All we can say is that he has
no
won
one's
it.
saying that.
All we can say is that he has won it.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
That's the only
Yeah.
factor is to go off of.
But there's something about Casemiro. He's
Here's the
the
thing about
new brand of the Brazil that they're just starting to take over again.
he can shoot from distance. Is his thing.
Clearly,
So he's way more of a threat attacking wise, But Conte defensively, he's way more disciplined. He gets way less yellow cards.
That was the big thing that was in my head,
That's
actually.
the thing.
And he did it on a team that gives up possession. Leicester was a counter-attack team, so you got to see his full defensive work rate for 90 minutes, day in, day out, man.
We had to slide EPL in there, guys.
You know it.
Well, we're gonna be seeing it this coming year because hopefully Chelsea and Madrid get to go face to face.
What?
I would like to see that just to see how.
Why not Liverpool and Madrid? What happened? You're in the Champions League too, no? Oh, yeah, you still have a playoff.
You set him up. You almost asked. He's like,
First off, I would still rather see. I don't want Pool facing
You know
Madrid.
who's automatically in the Champions
Yeah.
League and who I'd rather see facing Madrid?
Hey,
Man United.
That's what happens when you get an easier
rather see
Europa run.
yep, that's gonna be us next
There's no-
year.
there's
Hey,
no
didn't you have the same run last year? What
There is
happened?
No, it's
There's
harder.
such thing as
We play better
easy.
teams.
Oh shit!
We play better
happened?
teams.
Moreno.
Europa was harder last year than it was this year. Dortmund and Sevilla better than Ajax.
I don't know how you can even say
No,
that.
dude.
Trying to pull a Mayweather over here.
No way, bro.
A Philly shell in the.
No way, bro. I'm
Young
standing my
Mayweather.
ground right now because I know I'm 100% right that Europa this year was harder. It was easier than last
Either way,
year.
we're in the Champions League, and you still
And
have
you
to
lost
play
the
off.
Europa League.
I have to ask this question just, so we can get it out of the way. Let me make this quick point, though. Is Zidane first? Is Zidane the best coach in the world? Now, second half coming out, I saw the adapted tactic of Marcelo hitting the ball over the top for Barzagli. First time they do it with Ronaldo, he's in behind, gets over his head. Second time, it was in for Isco. If he got that tackle wrong on Isco, could have been a penalty kick. That very, very astute tactical shift right there.
The subs as well
Yeah.
at the end of the game.
Hit it over his head. So, is Zidane the best coach in the world?
I think if you give him, he's the type of manager that if you give him, he has his own brand of football. If he was coaching 7v7, 10-year-olds in the park, he'd be trying to play this style, like attacking, we're going forward.
They've been in Champions League.
But it'd be tough to do. You give him the best players in the world, he can enact his philosophies, and they work. I think that's the
AKA Pep.
That's the lesson to
Guardiola.
take away from.
See, for me,
But it's not on par with Pep. It's a different.
so is he the best?
Is he the best?
That's
If
what
you
Tom's
give
question
him the
is, right?
best, it's like he can manage the best. He can get the best out of them.
Is he the best?
I think it's too early to tell.
Okay.
It's way too early
I think
to
by
tell.
winning these, he's not so much the best, but he has been skyrocketed to being one of the best right now.
It shows.
Is he the best?
It shows.
No, I don't think he's-
It shows
I
he's
don't
one of the
think
most.
he's
He's
the
one
best
of the most like
I'm gonna-
intelligent.
So you answer.
No, he's not one of the best.
No.
Then let me
I'm gonna
modify
tell-
the question.
Okay.
Is he better than Pep Guardiola was at this point
He went bap
in
bap,
his
bro.
career?
Bap bap.
At this point, in the second year, third year
Yeah, I mean, you
phase.
got to look at statistics. That's how many, what have they won? So you can say yes, but like, you don't know. Al, you're saying his brand of football. I don't know this dude's brand of football because
No
this
defense.
This is playing Real Madrid
no
football.
holding.
But
One
it's-
holding midfielder, all attackers.
It's always been Real Madrid until Jose came in and tried to make this team defensive. They all hated him and they chased him out. Other than that, it's always Ancelotti.
But they were ugly. They were defensive. Now that they're explosive,
But
counterattacking.
Ancelotti was there. They were attacking like this.
But they're not
dude.
conservative.
No, but
There's
but
there's no conservatism at Madrid anymore, and that was a big thing.
here's the
But
genius
You
of
be
Zidane.
you put on a holding midfield.
But even
You
still,
sure it up.
the conservative is that number 6. He has Casemiro playing that number 6. Go ahead, Tom.
You always shit on it. The 4-4-2. That is the genius of Zinedine Zidane. I think he played against an Atletico Madrid team who always plays in 4-4-2. They always give him trouble. I think he learned from that. He was like, shit, this thing is a shell defensively. If you actually observe, for the most part, it's CR7 and Benzema playing two strikers. Isco, who's the number 10, drops in next to Casemiro, Kroos, Modric, and it's just a wall of defenders. Then you have a counterattack essentially with 4 players who can attack and maybe a 5th midfielder who can join in. So Zidane has adapted this formation, man. He's forced Gareth Bale to play left midfield at points in time. He's rested CR7 less, putting him at center forward. Like, there's a lot of things he's doing. Yes, it's with the best team in the world, but if you look at his tactics, Madrid has consistently been a 4-3-3 team. Most managers always, but he shifted him to 4-4-2. That's pretty genius, man. Not genius. That's not genius. That's too much. Yeah. That is just again astute managerial move.
And again, like Huss was saying, he can be debated now as one of the best. He can be debated. First year, he wins the Champions, misses out on the league. Second year, wins the Champions, wins the league. Like, he has to be in the debate. I think it's still early Pep days where is this Pep or is this Ronaldinho, Messi, all these guys?
Xavi,
we don't know. Yeah. He gets to Bayern. He keeps winning. Sure, he doesn't win a Champions League, but you see the brand of football he instills, and you see the level Bayern all of a sudden start playing at. There I could say, okay, now I see Pep style even more, because that tiki-taka was there before Pep got there. So it was like, did he just take Barcelona to the next level, or is this Pep? I think it was a bit of both. Zidane, we'll see at his next club.
The perfect marriage.
We'll see if he's still able to have these astute tactics, be able to move players around easily. I think he's a smart manager. Can he repeat this kind of success?
I think he's more like Carlo Ancelotti than he is like Pep. In that sense, where you put him at a top club, he's gonna win you shit.
It's a good shout.
EPL, Germany, France, doesn't matter.
All the players love him too.
You know, he can handle that class talent. He's been there just like Ancelotti, like similar styles of management.
Yeah,
you know,
manager.
Cool, calm, collected, no big celebrations.
He's the player's
little
manager.
Fist pump, and that's it. But
yeah, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant, man. There's no debate.
I mean, well, with Pep and Zizou, the big thing is Zizou has Cristiano probably at maybe his prime.
No,
because he's the smartest player right now.
That's the thing. When you talk about his prime, you talk about like 24 years old, scoring 42 goals.
By the same time,
I think they both
are scoring 60 goals.
But
Pep had Messi at his prime.
No, not that first year. Not the first 2 years.
Too, right?
Not the first 2 years.
No.
Because that was what?
That was
he
later,
had Dino. He had Dino
out for Messi.
Yeah. He had Dino, but then he sold him because he didn't like the way he played or whatever. He wasn't fitting in.
Too. He had Zlatan for a bit.
But he didn't have Messi at those first 2 years. Messi was what, 24, 25? Now you have Cristiano at the full mentality rate too.
Messi was killing it.
I know he was killing it. He was, but so that's the tough part about this debate, where it's kind of like splitting hairs. But again, it's maybe too small of a scale right now for Zizou to say that he's the best or. Maybe top.
I agree
I don't even know if you can put him top 3 right now because so many other managers have done.
He's on his way though.
He's definitely on his way.
Fergie has 2 Champions League victories in 30 years.
And here's the thing:
Zizou has 2 and 2.
You can't underrate.
He's off to a great start.
The repeat, the motivation it takes to repeat a Champions League final. That's the thing. That's what crazy. I think he is. I think he's a massive motivator.
Yeah,
and he knows how to. He's an excellent man manager. Tactically, we still have to see more from him. But everything else, man, it's crazy.
Also, man, let's be fair. This is a peaking Real Madrid side. You know what I mean? This is Xavi and Iniesta at the top of their game level. They don't have a weakness in any position at the starting lineup. We thought Bale going down, shit. They're going to struggle. They brought in Isco. Plug and play.
James didn't even see the field.
James is leaving.
It's official. It's official. He's out. He's out now.
This is a golden Madrid team. We had the golden Barcelona with Xavi, Iniesta, all them. This is golden Madrid.
You know what the funniest thing?
Honestly, man, Lampard, Terry, Drogba,
absolutely.
Czech.
But you know what's
Spine?
Yeah, man.
Even Essien in there. It was insane.
The funniest thing about this Madrid win is that the first one, Lisbon 2014, losing the whole game, tied up in the last minute. Sergio Ramos, winning extra time.
Didn't even need his heroics.
Didn't need his heroics. Second one had needed penalties. And then by their third final with this almost entire squad,
TCB.
Fucking blowout, dude. against the best defensive team in the world.
It could have been worse.
Fucking blowout, dude.
You know what's funny? So Ronaldo's like, nah, dude, we're not nervous. We've been here.
That's what it is.
Done this. We're not nervous.
Hell yeah.
What does the manager come out, Juventus manager come out and say? Yeah, we're not nervous too. We've been here too. Clearly, these guys, first 5 minutes, Juventus was not nervous.
No.
And then shit got real. Mm-hmm. And they were nervous the rest of the game. They just, like you said, Dybala forgot how to run 5 yards to close down, dude. They were just the stage just got big.
The
so
midfield just went away.
They did.
It was defense and trying to push it up to Higuain.
Yeah.
There was just nothing in between.
He wasn't getting behind it. Getting behind him, man.
Let's we're beating this dead horse.
Let's just talk about just the last.
Let's finish it up.
Yeah,
real quick.
Asensio. Well, even before then, the red card, major moment in this game. Cuadrado, who honestly he was the worst Juventus player because he makes a cameo.
Came on like
the
66 or something.
and then he gets a red card, bro. Two stupid cards as well.
That, man.
I thought it was a dive at first by Sergio Ramos. It was a clear embellishment, is what I'll call it.
I don't think it's a second yellow.
It was contact.
Dude,
I don't think it's a second yellow.
100% is, man.
It's an off-the-ball incident.
Yeah, let me step on your foot with metal studs.
No, I don't.
Let's see how you react.
Look, I don't think
Because you could see it in his face. Oh goodness.
Nah,
my
that's
bad.
acting, bro.
Well, you don't.
That's acting.
Yeah, but Ramos had a lot of acting too. I think right there, talk to him.
So,
Champions League final, you don't give a second yellow to get him
you
out
don't
of the
step
game.
on someone's foot when you're on a yellow.
Cuadrado literally could have ran 3 yards the other way. He chose to run directly across Ramos'
To the ball?
No, dude, he was.
To the ball?
No, I don't know how you can argue this, bro.
not
Let's just
Yeah,
drop it.
You're just trying to antagonize over here.
No, I don't think it's a second
You're
yellow.
right. on his
bus
face.
engine.
No, I don't think it's a second yellow. No, I don't think it's a second yellow. I don't.
Take that
Well, that's
thing to
why
the shop.
you're not a Champions League referee.
Last moment of the game.
I'm a world referee. Better than Champions League.
That makes no sense.
I'm all world.
world?
He's just in one league. I'm in the whole world.
All right.
I'm all universe.
They wouldn't sanction you for that.
You can't
Asensio.
be sanctioned for a universe. I'm the only one.
Asensio, Zizou, I love the substitutes. Brings on Gareth Bale, brings on Asensio, brings on Morata as well. All attacking subs. This is the best defenses attack. And Asensio, man, the special kid, he gets himself a goal off a nice little cutback by Marcelo. It was a big moment for the kid, I thought, man.
Yeah,
This is
it was.
one of the
It was
one of the
important
most
for him.
talented
Even just to
dudes
touch
out
the
there.
field in a final was awesome for him. I was so happy to see him to get that goal, man. He was amped. I was
Liverpool
amped
was
for him.
1 year too late.
Dude, Lamina, though, getting bodied by Marcelo, that's like, sorry, son, go back to Gabon, Doug. That was the whack defense right there, man. That was a whack
handled him,
defense,
dude.
son.
But for Juventus, they have a good shot coming back next year. I think so. I mean, if they do improve in the midfield, I think they have the pieces. As we said, the defense, they still have Gigi. They have Higuain up top. Dybala's only going to get better. For me, it's the middle of the midfield.
For me.
They have to get better than Pjanic and Khedira.
How do you get, like, it's, where do they go from here, man? They're peak, and they're aging. It's another year older.
I'm thinking you get better than Khedira in the midfield.
He's one of the best.
But get the best.
I think he wasn't fully fit for this game.
Well,
Because I really didn't notice him either.
Yeah.
But he was on the fence injury wise, but he played. He had to be feeling off, man.
they also have to make sure that they keep hold of Dani Alves, because you don't know where he's going to go. Right now,
He looked old this game.
yeah.
He
He did have
old.
that
Against Isco, he looked old when he was.
But
he
he
got
was-
dusted.
He's also playing midfield, where he did come back as well and stuff the crap out of Cristiano at the beginning of the game at the top of the 18.
Got
Oh my God!
Got him good.
I was thinking it was going to be
That was-
like the
That-
Euro.
that was-
I thought it was
that's
going to be
why-
like the
see,
Euro.
That's why I
and stuff.
celebrated so hard because Daniel was pokes the ball away. Hussey.
No, he didn't just poke a
Hussey
ball
just
away,
his
dude.
pants.
You're down.
That's a fucking.
I thought it was gonna
what's
be
his
Euro
name moment.
I thought it was going to be the
Ray
Euro
Hudson.
all over again, where Cristiano's best player was getting hurt.
Hey, you notice CR7 stayed on that other side, though. For the majority of the game, he was like, all right, I'm just going to hang out on.
He knew-
Yeah,
Sandro's
exactly,
side real quick,
exactly.
A
you
lot
know?
of Barcelona hate from that side, man. He could sense the heat. But anyway, man, that was a fantastic game.
Best final you'll ever see for a long time, I think. Best final I've
Till
seen.
next year.
Best final I've ever seen. I'm just excited for the Supercopa, the Super Cup.
Madrid.
United versus Madrid.
I know.
Bring it on, baby.
Ronaldo's return.
Ronaldo's
Right.
return.
Ronaldo's hat-trick return.
Nah,
That's fine.
But
get
is
this shit out of here.
But where's Gareth Bale going to be? Is he going to be sporting red or white?
Dude, he was...
Hopefully
it was-
white.
shout.
Hopefully white.
Good shout.
Dude, they said he went to school like 2.5 miles up the road and from the stadium in Cardiff, and like, so it was good to see him actually.
He was
come on.
he's hometown boy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. What a weird moment.
You do a man of the match.
Yeah.
Casemiro.
He gave yours away. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. Casemiro for me is a very honorable mention, but
He did
you need someone to step
Thank
up.
you, dude.
in the big moments.
Jeez. So who had the winning goal?
The first goal.
Who had the winning goal? Who had the winning
Cristiano.
goal? Who had the winning goal?
Cristiano.
Yep.
The winning goal?
The third one?
You mean the second one?
Yeah.
The second one. All right.
Hey.
All right, bro.
We're on
the same page, right? We're all on the same page.
But without Cristiano, that's just an equalizing goal.
And without Casemiro,
Ronaldo got
they
2
still
goals.
No, Juventus by No, Juventus scores 3 more goals without him in the middle of the field.
Oh, why? Yeah.
Without Casemiro, Juventus has 4 goals in this game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, give me the Huss face. It won't work over here.
I would give it to Casemiro just because that goal was huge. It was out of nothing. He had one shot from deep that was just awful before.
Yeah, you got to warm up.
But to get that goal was huge. Holding midfielder, getting a goal like that in the final to tip the scale.
He had an
massive
game, dude.
Yeah.
But then I think the Cristiano goal right after that killed it.
Yeah.
That buried the game. That was the final. So I got to give it to man CR7. Scores in 3 finals. He's got 4 goals in 4 finals.
Come on, bruv.
About to win his 5th Ballon d'Or.
Bruv.
Get out of town.
Bruv.
Where you at, Messi?
CR7, man.
Where you at, Messi? Where you at? I never thought that CR7 would ever catch Messi in terms of Ballon d'Ors. And Champos.
Yeah.
Never thought I would ever see the day. But he had like the reverse career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Grind in Madrid, keep grinding, one title, keep grinding, Champions League.
Peaking.
Versus Messi was backwards. Champions League's walking in the door.
Really.
You know, now it's kind of
Don't
drying
forget,
up. You know,
Messi's younger.
Now he's drying up, bro.
Messi's younger, so don't. Hey,
look, he's a couple years younger. He'll probably win it because he's a couple years younger.
He might have
probably win another. But
he might have the beginning and the end, just like Cristiano's have the end.
We'll see how Messi finishes up, man.
That's
so far, he's had help from freaking Neymar and Suarez. You know, 2 top 5 players in the world.
Don't even say that Cristiano's not getting help.
Yo, he's getting help.
Who carries the team, bro?
Messi carries Barcelona.
Yeah, he does.
Cristiano carries Madrid. Don't even say that.
Look, a year ago,
it's a different.
No,
it's a
what I will
different
say
side.
No, it
is
isn't.
CR7.
CR7 is always the
longer.
top scorer for Madrid.
I think he's gonna play longer. I think he's gonna. He said he wanted to retire at what 41. Came out said the other day.
That's
and
dope.
I think it's possible.
Animal.
I always said 40. He could hit 40 if he really wants to. Messi, I don't see him being able to play that long.
I think it's mentality-wise,
Not
maybe a little bit too, where Messi may not want to play that late.
Yeah, he's gonna be busy with tax scandals and all that.
Don't sleep, man. They're talking about
CR
Ronaldo as well.
Yeah.
Pogba's dragged in. It's all of them, man. It's all of them just dragged in.
Damn, bro. Who's your accountant, son?
Yeah, seriously. His
All
dad.
these- you know what it
Gotta
is?
holla at Tiki
No,
real
but you know what it is? It's all these
Get those accountant skills.
That's a nice payday.
Right? That'd be dope.
Nice little plug right there.
Anything else? Anything else?
I mean, you know, there's all these nuggets. You
Yeah,
know?
man. Let's drop some real quick. Let's sprinkle some. We're doing once a week show now.
I mean, even
Let's give the people what they need.
Perisic, the price seems to keep going up for this guy. It started at 37 million, went up to 45 million. Now it's been quoted around the 50 millions. He's been linked to Manchester United. I think he's really a perfect Man United type winger.
The dope thing about Perisic, man, I think he's just quietly done his job. His whole career, every time he plays for Croatia, one of their biggest players. No matter, and he does it from the wing. It's so hard to be influential on the wing because it's very easy to just be like, "Oh, we're not playing well. I'm just gonna, stay out here and not do much." Every single World Cup, Euro, wherever I see this dude, he's working. Like you said, that's irreplaceable. Step one.
Also is irreplaceable. Big size. He's a physical player. That's Jose's style.
Yes.
And he's in his prime, 28
like
years
a
old.
Stronger Robben.
He's peaking. Stronger Robin, yeah.
The last one from me, AC Milan seems to be taking over all the transfer news speculation. They just recently signed Frank Kessie from Atalanta this week, but now they're in talks with Moussa Dembele. Dembele family spreading its wings again. So the guy from Celtic this time, the forward from Celtic, looks like they've opened up talks with him.
That's dope, man. Get out of Scotland. It's time. He's ready. Doesn't need to go to a top 4 or anything, but just get out of there. Get yourself in a more competitive league.
Well, that's not a one-team race because Dortmund is actually in talks with him as well because they think Aubameyang's out, so they're trying to get another Dembele back. Dembele. And they get the other one too. In like 4 years from now, we got Dembele.
Commentator will be going crazy.
Yo, I said pick up Dembele. I did. Which one though?
I got another back to United and Nuggets. United willing to sell De Gea for no less than £80 million. If you want a Madrid, come and get him for 80 mil.
You know what? I think you can justify that in De Gea.
Or 40, and then you Morata, Varane, or Rodriguez, James,
Bale,
or Bale.
What about Bale?
So 40 plus a player.
Dude, Bale is unloved, like we've been saying, or I've been saying as well. I heard you say it now. Or did Tom say it? Just no heat at Real Madrid.
Just don't
Never
appreciate
respect Bale.
Bale?
I don't appreciate his lack of tiki.
But dude, Tom was saying, come to United. I'm spoiled. I don't want him. He gets injured all the time. Shit record for injuries.
So spoiled.
I'm just saying that there are other options out there.
Hey, you know who else got injured a lot?
Dude.
Van Persie. Man, what'd he do for you? Won the fucking
For
league.
2 years, he was fit. He was
okay,
balling.
so that's all you need. It's 2 years. You're gonna
we still
bat
have
that,
we
bro.
still have Martial coming through the ranks. We got youngsters coming through. Dude, I'll take Bale, man.
Would you?
Yeah, dude. I used to.
So spoiled. I hate this Man United fandom. Oh no, I don't want. Bale. I'm okay.
No,
that's fine. Let's
Tom,
pass
Tom,
on.
You know what? Tom,
He's not saying he won't take Bale because of this. Like he'll take Bale for a better, arguable player.
Oh yeah, top 5.
I'm saying positions. We need a
instead.
center mid. We need a center back. If we fill these positions and we have surplus cash, I'm all for Bale.
Yeah, I don't want.
But I want to strengthen our holes, man. We have wingers for days.
Give me a Porsche.
Why are we buying more wingers?
Yeah, because he's better than your wingers.
It's true, but that's not our weak point. We can survive with what we got.
You guys are gonna spend over 200.
I was gonna say United can buy multiple players.
Al, no, I'm with you, bro.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I'm with you, dude. We don't desperately need this.
Yeah, of course you're with him. You're a spoiled Man United fan.
No.
We're just
I'm
smart
a guy
investors.
who wants to address. Dude, I don't know why I'm sleeping. I got Gaga over the price, dude. I got Gaga over him being so like awesome. No, you're right.
He is.
He is, Huss.
But Lingard doesn't get injured like him, and we need that utility guy. And
Lingard's better.
Lingard.
Never
I
mind
didn't say. I didn't say.
Yeah, why not?
And we get Perisic.
Perisic
That's
can
our
do
guy.
the job. No.
Now we're gonna get Bale and Perisic
you
and
know
Martial.
Varane. I'll take Varane.
Varane's not gonna go anywhere.
You guys
After winning Champions,
dude, Jose,
after winning,
yeah, but Jose brought him on. Dude.
Why is it gotta be?
And he's staying in Madrid.
You guys have both.
Yo, Varane's not going anywhere, man. But if we're gonna talk about Madrid and United, let's talk about James.
Get it out.
We talk about how James is gonna go over to United.
Not anymore.
A little fuel to the fire, though. Cristiano was talking about, if I had my chance to talk to him, I would say stay at Madrid. But you know what? We all, we have our reasons, and he has his. But if he wants to go, we have to respect that. So it's almost like fuel to the fire. Like, Cristiano know that he's probably going to go. And not getting a chance, even the 80th minute or getting subbed in.
Now didn't make the
he
got snubbed.
He got snubbed.
And that's what Zizou, I guess, apparently said. The hardest part wasn't naming the starting lineup. It was actually talking to the guys who wouldn't even suit up, essentially. Imagine that conversation. You're James Rodriguez.
You've been training all week.
Yeah, the most expensive Colombian player. And you're like, hey, sorry, but you're not even going to get.
Dude, he's one of the most expensive players of all time.
Yeah.
They signed for like 70 or 60 something. Like, he was a big money signing.
Dude,
so where's his
These are the games you buy the guy for.
That one volley was what?
Yeah.
Was what sold. And Florentino Perez was watching. Was like, yep, get it.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy though.
It's set.
It's crazy though that he does justify that price tag. Like he is worth that much money, even though that one goal is like, yeah.
I don't know if he is. He hasn't steadily played.
Look,
when he's
you know what it is.
When he's hot, he's hot.
I look at him internationally.
Is he still that guy at club level?
It's all about confidence.
That's what I'm saying.
In the toilet.
But could it be like a Pato where it's just confidence just kept going down, he gets into partying, he stops focusing? Or does he need a new club with a new manager, like you always say, someone who believes in him?
You never know.
Who knows, man? Victor Lindelof, about to be announced. I think this was semi-official.
Man U?
Yeah, Man U.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but
you guys linked with them in January.
What up, Goons? Who are you signing?
Nobody.
And he's Portuguese.
Now we got this Nigerian kid from the Belgian league we're looking at.
Dude, Mbappe, bro.
Yeah.
Mbappe. Stop.
Look.
Cut this bullshit out.
You don't think it's going to be
for the
100 million euros?
Why would he ever come to Arsenal now? I know, Robbie, you shouted out Arsenal Fan TV. You listed 5 reasons why. They don't make sense, bro. They just don't make sense.
He's not going.
Why would he go? They just won in France this year. Why would he step up from Champions League into Europa now?
Money, maybe?
Tom.
I don't buy it.
Look. 8 hours ago, bro, and I know this is Twitter stuff, this is internet stuff. So this random dude tweets at Kylian Mbappe. Now is the time for Arsenal to submit a double bid for Kylian Mbappe and Andre Lacazette. Guess who liked that status?
Mbappe.
Kylian. So look, there's interest there,
Sure,
man.
he liked the status.
No, look, it's not saying that.
Look, he grew up an Arsenal fan. That's great. I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yes, but what we're saying
All
is
I'm
that
saying
this
is-
is not. He's not looking at Arsenal like Wenger's Arsenal. He's looking at Arsenal like this is a club I grew up loving. So he can look past the Wenger if the board's willing to spend the money.
Look, I think he respects Wenger a hell of a lot. We may disrespect Wenger in this room, but in the football world, the man's respected for the most part.
Absolutely.
You know,
so I'm not saying. What I'm
just
saying
think
is,
it's not realistic. I'm not gonna get
your hopes up.
hoodwinked and into thinking, oh yeah, Mbappe's gonna come, and it doesn't happen.
He's not.
I've seen it too many times.
So the player that we thought was 50 million pounds, then he was going to be 60 million pounds, and now he's going to be 70 million pounds. Virgil van Dijk, and Man City is mulling over buying this guy at 70 million, and then also giving him 180,000 pounds per week. I mean, it's going to come out to being like 100 million pounds by the end of it between his salary and the transfer. That's insane. I mean, he came out saying that he likes the way Klopp plays and he wants to play that system and everything. So that's great for Liverpool. But at the same time, are you really about to shell out 70 million pounds and double your highest transfer ever for a defender?
If I'm Liverpool, no. There've been so many duds at that club. I think getting into a bidding war for a guy like Van Dijk distracts you from targeting other guys who are out there who might be available. Maybe not as high profile and sure thing as Van Dijk, but
That's a strategy. You just want your opponent to spend as much money as they can on one player.
that's the thing, man. I don't think Liverpool should be getting into any bidding wars with anyone.
Well,
you don't even know if you're gonna make Champions League yet. You know what I mean? So I don't think you should waste time with these.
He said, "Slow your roll."
Well, no, it kind of was like when you said about Gareth Bale, you're like, oh, I got too caught up on the price. I'm thinking that people are getting too caught up thinking this is the only defender in the world. And there are a lot of good defenders. We just saw an Ajax against United. Sanchez, he's a young player. He just came over. I don't know how much he would cost, but he's a good, viable.
Right, that's a project you can work on.
Last year, Virgil was with Celtic.
You just said it. He's a project. Not last year, but I know what you're saying. The last team.
Oh, yeah,
you
sorry,
can,
the last
you can go
season,
to Germany as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Who? Name them then. Name them, guys. A quality defender who's well adept to the EPL, who's maturing, who can be a savage for the next 5 to 7 years. Go.
No, but the thing is that...
The thing is...
Actually, no, I did actually have a list, but it's on my iPad. I was using the iPad because I was doing some FIFA last night, and I was actually using that.
Sounds like an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse, no. You're telling me that Virgil's the only defender out there right now.
I never said that, but I said name others. And you're struggling.
but that's that's it. That's
So
an easy
no, because
essentially
we can
what
play
I'm
that
saying
game. No, we can play that game all the time.
When it
Saying, name them.
I'll have names
That's
for you.
That's a waste of time.
I'll have names for you.
On the spot, just name them. That's a waste of time.
Bro, because not that many pop up in your head immediately. That's why it's
for
important.
£7 million,
He's worth it to Man City. I think so. I think he's a new Rio Ferdinand. I think
we haven't even seen him play since he got injured.
You know,
what if his ankle doesn't heal correctly? What if he just keeps on being injured?
What if it does and he becomes the best defender in the world?
What if he just becomes another company?
What if? Let's play the what if game.
Yeah, exactly. But
what if we
I'm
start?
not talking about Man City. I'm talking about a team like Liverpool.
Hold on.
Where they actually have come out and said that they're not going to spend crazy like that. Klopp has also said he's not going to spend. Klopp. Yeah, that's his name. So he came out and said he wouldn't spend that type of money on a player. I'm thinking that he's going to backtrack on that a little bit.
I agree when it comes to Liverpool because you guys don't know your financial situation. But when it comes to Man City, who's got oil money, yeah, spend it on Van Dijk.
Can I say
That's the main piece they're missing. Because if company goes down, you're screwed. You need another.
Let me say one thing about
there.
that. David Luiz. PSG come in, spend $50 million. He wasn't worth $50 million, 3 or 4 years ago. But hey, you throw that money on the table, all right, no questions, take it. That's fine. Way overpriced. But hey, that's a sign of intent. You know, it's 20 more mil on the 70 for Virgil. He's not at that level yet, but it's an investment. I see it as very similar to that.
If Liverpool went out and got him for that money, first things first.
Man City.
I know, but everyone knows.
Liverpool, dude.
No, everyone knows that City can buy him. I mean, they have money up the wazoo, and plus they're probably going to sell a couple people, so they're going to get money on the back end as well. So for City, that's just throwing a couple bucks and whatever, we got him.
That's a decent
amount. But for Liverpool, that's huge. That's record breaking. That's double record breaking, basically.
Agree with you, bro.
But at the same time, if Liverpool does go out and spend that money, I'm not going to be disappointed.
Why would you be? That shows ambition.
But it's just the price of him. I think that people are forgetting that there's other defenders in the world, saying this is the one defender that's going to be the savior of the club. We have to get him. If we don't get him, it's going to be a bust season.
That's too much pressure at a team like Liverpool.
That's
because you guys, you have to upgrade other places. I'd prioritize the left back.
Get that guy. Oh my goodness, starts with a K, from Napoli. He's from Senegal?
Koulibaly.
Yeah. You telling me he couldn't fill in for Virgil van Dijk?
He could.
And he's not going to cost £70 million.
I know, but I'm sick of talking about Liverpool.
No. You asked. Hey, you asked for a name. I gave you a name. So,
and I just said, hey,
yeah.
Okay,
so I mean, it's just
like. All right, let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what we're agreeing. Going
at rubbing each other out.
So the next one, Stoke City seals a 2-year deal with
Wayne Rooney
with West Brom's.
Oh. Hey, you brought it up last episode.
Wayne Rooney's gonna go to Iceland. But,
what a stupid transfer, man. West Brom are idiots.
So dumb.
Tony Pulis even came out and said that he's the number one dude. Like when they were like interviewing him for Behind the Badge or whatever they did for the Premier League, whatever they did, the shows after the games. Said like he's just such a professional. He knows things.
Man,
that, like I would just tell him. Like it's just like. And then you sell him?
He goes from a Man United manager to a Man United manager.
I love that Hussey's sweating a United guy right now.
Oh, he is.
He's a good player.
Dude, Darren Fletcher always rated him.
He was
over
shit,
Carrick.
man, but it's just...
No, he wasn't.
No, I'm saying, like, he grew up... This kid was born, he was shit, but because he got the right tutelage at the right ages, he turned into one of the most reliable guys, underrated.
Why was he shit?
You found the right coach,
No, I'm saying he's like the Larry Bird. Like, he wasn't a great
If he's
athlete,
shit, then Carrick's shit.
He overachieved.
Honestly.
No, he overachieved in his career is all I'm
saying. Then Carrick overachieved.
Because of things like his hard work, his determination, like factors that are intangible. You know?
I don't know,
He's not doing stepovers out there.
Yeah, but Carrick...
Yeah, he's fighting diseases.
Different kinds of players.
Oh, no, wasn't that him? Oh, no, I'm trying to think of the other dude.
Carrick's like that finesse.
No, fighting diseases.
I'm saying Fletcher's more that battle axe.
Yeah, the gut thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to change the world here.
No, I know. I just disagree, Al. That's all.
That's fine.
Like, just
great.
That's it.
Great pickup.
Fletcher's a fucking ledge.
Great pickup.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's shit.
No, what I'm
either.
saying, I think he was fucking class from a kid age. I don't think hard work gets you through the youth system at Man United.
He needed a couple.
Plenty of kids who work hard. I think. Look,
but he wasn't good when he came to the squad. He wasn't good. He was causing mistakes. It took him years to get to that level.
Yeah, but that's that young kid shit. That's all. Like, I don't think that was him not having class. I think it was just a kid
right coach,
peaking.
Man. Right coach.
I don't know. I think you could, if you're making that environment. No, dude, the fact that he did it at West Brom and took over like that means this guy has always had pedigree. What did John O'Shea?
Always? Yes. How do you always?
As a kid, I mean, coming through the youth system at United, I think he had the pedigree. I don't think he was there because he was working hard.
Okay.
I think John O'Shea was there because he worked hard. I think Johnny Evans was there because he worked hard.
Yeah.
I think Wes Brown was there because he worked hard. There are players that think so. I just don't include Fletcher in that class.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, there was only room for one sheriff in that town.
All those motherfuckers went to smaller clubs and shrunk, dude. Philip Neville, this guy, you can say worked hard, but I think he had class. He just couldn't lock down that left back position. Why? Because he went to Everton. He became a fucking captain, bro. You don't just show up to West Brom and just run shit.
But are you born that way or you created?
Wait, easy lady guy.
I think in the same way that I look at Michael Carrick, sure, different players, but are you born that way or created? I think it's a mix. I think it's an absolute mix, but I think his class kept him at that in the program, not just hard work.
But United had to take.
Right now.
No, it's cool, man.
United
different sides. That makes it interesting.
United had to make the choice. Carrick,
me too.
or Fletcher.
We come
Same
to
thing.
Ends all the time.
Same thing that we have said before with Hart and Schmeichel when they were at City together. They had to make a choice. Which one are keeping? Same thing with Carrick and Fletcher. Which one are you keeping? And one got the short end of the stick by having to leave United, and one stayed.
No, but I think honestly, man, and there's obviously no way for me to prove this. I think if Fletcher had not gotten that debilitating disease he got, I think it wasn't Crohn's, intestinal, some intestinal issue,
IBS.
I think if they were both playing neck to neck, Fletcher would have owned that position. Dude.
Yeah.
Would have Carrick would have been a bench rider behind Fletcher.
This was one of the mistakes Ferguson made. Obviously, the Pogba one as well, but letting Fletcher go, I think
it wasn't his call. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't his call. He was already retired.
That was LVG.
Oh, it was
LVG, dude.
Oh shit!
Because he was sick. He was sick for 2 seasons. He was sick for 2 seasons.
Oh, yeah.
So Fergie retired.
Yeah.
Then Fletcher got it. I think actually a year before Fergie retired.
He got
Fletcher
it.
started falling
then
apart.
Then kind of came back, then left again.
Then relapsed. under LVG.
My
and
bad,
then,
Fergie.
Yeah, man.
We might be seeing
Fergie
again
loved
with
that guy.
Götze.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely
his guy.
obsessed with it.
We might be saying that.
Scott.
We might be seeing that same thing with Götze, where he might be out another season. They might sell him, and he might come up through a smaller team and look great, and say, "Why didn't Dortmund just keep him for another season?"
No. I'm not saying why didn't. I don't blame
no,
United
I'm
for
saying that.
keeping him.
He's
But
looking at
LVG
Panzo right now.
coming back for the testimonial game. He's gonna be coaching the All-Star, the team that's going against United.
Weird.
Yo, let's take bets. Does he fall on the ground again?
Oh my god!
But one time he gets up,
$2
this
on it.
mofo.
A $2 bill on it. Does he just fall on the ground like he got shot? Though those memes were
That
hilarious.
was the
great.
best. But
You
staying
see
at
that one where he's like,
They were
staying
great.
at West Brom real quick. That was a negative. The positive is that they're talking to Arsenal, trying to get Kieran Gibbs over there. That's a good defensive
Gibbs to where?
outside West Brom.
you mean your boy
Zip.
Neom would be out?
Niall.
No.
He's a left back, right? He played left back a lot for West Brom.
Right back, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think they're
No,
interchangeable.
transfer market.
on the
But-
left side.
No, he could be left
I know
back.
he could play Evie.
but-
He's right-footed.
But at the same time, I think they might actually go to like a 5-back and have the wing backs. They might be trying to do something
Everyone's
different.
gonna try to steal that
But
three
I think
back.
Gibbs is a great pickup for West Brom if they do get him,
Yes,
because
absolutely.
good at defense, very reliable for a team like West Brom that can't get top talent. He's a pretty good replacement, especially with McCauley getting older
Have him, 'cause-
and those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's time, man. Even Sagna, I hope he lands somewhere. He'll probably go home, back to France. But I hope he sticks around. You know, guys like that, I like to see him battling still in the EPL. But
City does not mess around.
no, City. No, I'm saying like,
No,
he's
I
done
agree.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, if we're gonna talk about
I
City,
mean, Zabaleta, poor guy.
Let's talk-
I mean, it
yeah.
was time, but like, poor guy.
while we're on that, let's talk about City. They agree, or it seems to be complete, pretty much, like kind of like the Fugazi type of news, that basically a £40 million transfer for Monaco's Mendy, the fullback Mendy.
Bro,
And that's
they
another-
just locked down Ederson, the goalkeeper from
They-
Benfica. Now they're
They
locking
got-
down Mendy.
They got what's his name too, Silva.
Bernardo Silva from Monaco.
Dude, they're
as
just
well.
in Monaco. They're in the locker room right now, just kicking doors down, dragging these guys out, kicking and screaming. You're gonna hear Bakayoko next.
Mbappe might be next.
Nah, he can't be, dude. Please.
Nah, it's just too much.
Jesus,
Too many youngsters. Bro, but
and
he's signing all
4-4-2.
youngsters.
That means Aguero's out.
That's
no,
the thing
you know
with
why?
Pep. He's
Because
signing all
he's
youngsters.
gonna ingrain these dudes in
They
2-3
will.
years. Man City. Will
He's trying
be
to
one of the
make
top
Barcelona
clubs in the world.
2.0.
He is.
That's why I don't think
That's what
they're
he's
gonna,
trying.
That's why I don't think they're gonna win next year.
No, they don't have to. And I think the oil money, those dudes aren't gonna. Dude, they changed the whole structure of the club for Pep Guardiola to lure Pep Guardiola into the club.
They might get
I think
FA
he's gonna
Cup,
have.
But
I think he has 3 seasons where he's allowed to get no silverware to work on this project. I think that's the patience for him.
I'd agree with that.
So Atletico
Jose?
Madrid.
After this season, right? Like 2 more.
2 more after,
Okay,
yeah.
So Atletico Madrid, for people that don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but their transfer ban
Shots
is being
fired.
upheld, so they can't sign anyone till January. That means Lacazette is not going there this summer, which means United might be talking to Lacazette.
Heard
Liverpool's in with him. Arsenal's talking to him. Or it might be one of those
Or
things
not.
where,
You're going to
Well-
buy him and use him like Perez.
but it also might be like
He
they,
wants to leave, by the way.
no, they might,
Fucking don't blame him.
but Atletico might try to do something like they buy him, kind of like what Barcelona did to Atletico with Turan. You buy him, just sit him for 4 months and wait till January
And
so
how-
no one else.
And how did his career go after that, Turan?
But that's different because Turan didn't play.
Career ruiner.
Yes,
Thank you.
but
Yeah,
I
speaking
think
of Turan,
Lacazette would play. He
I
would
guess
start.
he's about to run out of a contract out of Turan. He's being linked with Arsenal. It's on that Bosman.
that's not bad.
That's a good Santi
And that's
Cazorla
free,
replacement
yeah.
right there. That
And
I wouldn't mind.
And you can say his legs are fresh because he hasn't played at Barca. Hopefully his mentality can kick back in. But the dude was quality.
Yeah.
I think the dude was class, and like we always say, class is permanent. I think this dude has it in him. He just needs a manager who believes in him, and possibly a new league. Get out of La Liga. Atletico Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
There's no way but down from there.
Atletico Madrid are kind of screwed, man, and I think this transfer ban that's been upheld has messed a lot of people's negotiations up.
The Griezmann thing. I don't
But
think that's
one
happening now.
negotiation that's going well is Griezmann signing an extension with Atletico. So that's soon to be signed, as people are reporting.
I'm so tired of the greasy one, man. Just stop it, bro. Stop flirting, shaking your tail feather,
do it,
and then when
man.
it's time to get down, you tell me.
But if we're going to talk,
Such a tease.
Right? Constantly just waving his butt in front of United.
he's not going. He's not going at least this year.
Yeah, but I know. But all I'm saying is, let's just forget this. Let's just forget it.
We don't want Bale. We don't want Bale.
Over here blue ball.
We don't want Gareth Bale. We already have wingers up the wazoo.
That was a word. The wazoo was a word.
Hey,
good quote.
Hey, you know why? That's all I got, bro. 3.
That's 6.
No, 3. I didn't ask you to plus.
Oh, you just throwing it up there?
3 trophies.
All right.
Yes,
Hey.
sir.
All right.
Hey,
Why don't you relax?
1.
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead. Your turn, Huss.
That's
Your
fine.
turn,
That's
Huss.
fine.
Go
It's
ahead.
coming. It's coming.
Lip service. He's got.
Oh, binoculars.
Hey, you're at the end of the
Hey, let's
glory
go,
years.
There can only
You're
be
pretty much
one.
at the end of the glory years, and they're trying to rebuild.
We're at the end. We're at the
It's
start
Chelsea
of a new
and
project.
City's glory years right now. Chelsea and City's.
It's not cities because they didn't win dip.
Chelsea and City's.
City's rebuilding. United's rebuilding.
These aren't
City's rebuilding differently than United.
Just
City's
You
Yeah,
said
but
you
we're
said the
rebuilding
key word
regardless.
rebuilding.
That's
So,
it.
You
We
said the
never-
key word
yeah.
rebuilding. It's all I was
So,
arguing.
Monaco
Well
striker.
said.
But they're using different materials. They're using trees.
Falcao
they're using
has
metal.
signed an extension to stay at Monaco till 2023.
Monaco.
3-year extension.
That's huge, I think, for Monaco.
Huge. He learned his lesson. Hey, man, don't ever turn your back on Monaco ever again.
It's
Dude.
huge
Turn
from
your-
Bapi Lotin.
Yeah.
And then
That's boot.
These are
Then
the
Rafinha
champions.
from Barcelona, he doesn't get any playing time, and he had some injury situations. He's a bit, injury prone, pretty much, I guess. He has a history with that, but he's rated at 30 million euros, so roughly 26 million pounds.
Liverpool.
That he's already been linked, but is Barcelona going to sell a player to Liverpool when they're not selling Coutinho, or is there going to be a deal saying if we sell him now, you sell him to us in 2 years?
You scratch my back, I scratch your back.
But
Alright.
they
Funny
can,
thing
but they
about
can
my
also,
back is
but they can also say we
something
scratch
like
your
that.
back pretty hard when we gave you Suarez.
Stepped all over.
No, no, no.
I saw
You did,
were
right?
trying
You
to
just-
do-
my-
stepped. Just
My
kept
punchline,
going.
man.
No,
Killed
I
his
didn't-
punchline. He was making a great joke.
Wasn't listening.
but the scratching the back, this could also be something where
Hey.
Liverpool scratched their back when they gave him fucking Suarez.
You love the scratch backs, don't you?
Whatever. Fucking
Dude, not to get your hopes up, Tom, but El Demarque? Damn, my Spanish is
El
horrible.
DeMarque. This dude sounds like a bowler.
No, it's a newspaper.
Okay.
Reported that Arda Turan agrees to Arsenal transfer. Because it's a free transfer, I somewhat believe it.
Is
If
it?
this was money exchanged, yeah, I think he's up,
a free
right?
agent?
I think he's June 1st. I think he kicked
That's
in.
a good Arsenal player.
So I think,
If he goes.
look,
It's
they're
a good
reporting
little
it
Santi Cazorla replacement.
Yeah,
right here.
absolutely.
until like Sky throws it up or BBC, one of those dudes, ESPN. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt, but I just want to leave you on that.
If we're
Not
going to talk
fan.
about Arsenal, they're also looking at Mahrez.
I saw that.
They're
I
looking
don't
pretty
know.
hard at him.
Mars to PSG.
When I get excited about
Wasn't
transfer season, it has nothing to do with Arsenal.
Wenger was
Absolutely, I have
even
no
talking about it.
expectations of Arsenal and in the transfer market. It's for everyone else and what the new FIFA and PS is potentially going to look like. That's it. Arsenal, whatever happens, happens. But
It's
I'll
a
never get
bonus.
my hopes up when it comes to transfers with them, man.
And the last one for me, Liverpool, on again, off again, on again, off again. I with Salah. They said he agreed to personal terms, and they said that he didn't, and then they say that the teams agreed for like £35 million, but then it was no. Liverpool went at them for £28 million, and now they say that Roma's holding out for £40 million. This is one of those things that Liverpool just needs to just shout the money right at the beginning, get their man, rather than trying to nickel and dime people and try to save €2 million,
Be
£2 million.
Chelsea, be Man City. If you want your man, go get him.
Sometimes you save in the long run if you just give that money right away rather than nickel and diming people, because
agree.
when you try to sell them people,
But-
they're going to do the same
But
thing to you.
But you know why that's happening? It's because Brendan Rodgers spent $200 million, dude.
Literally
Literally,
won nothing.
Andy Carroll.
Literally, the Fenway Group came out and
Benteke.
was basically like, "Look, dude,
Rogers didn't buy
want-
Carroll.
Benteke.
Yeah, Benteke.
we want more."
But they got the money back on that. They got all the money back from
Doesn't
Benteke
matter. He
mostly.
wasted that money when he could have bought someone who would have won them something.
But
That's the key point.
You ain't balling like that. That's what
But
I'm
they
saying.
got the
You
money
can't
back,
spend
so
70
financially,
mil
so
on
it's all about the
Virgil.
finances, you know.
no, because there's also a couple other people. What's his name? He plays in Germany, from Jamaica. Leroy
Jenkins.
Bailey.
Yeah.
He's another guy. Just went to Germany this past year. He looks pretty good. He's
Leverkusen, Tuchel.
Yeah, Leverkusen.
Tuchel.
He's going down, so he's not going to have the Europa or anything. Throw some money at that. He's a young player, only like 20.
Stop going for these young wingers, dude. Go for mature players. Just cut it out.
No, but you can get him and him. Because if you don't want Rafinha,
just got Damari Gray
I'm not talking about Salah.
Leicester.
I'm not talking about Salah. I'm talking about like the Rafinha where it'd be like 25 million.
Guy.
Is that done deal?
No, he's
Damari Gray was linked. Yeah, I think he went. I'm a bro science that one.
But
I was gonna say I didn't hear that happen.
Rafinha, he's 24 years old or so. I think he's 24 exact actually, and he's injury prone. Get the younger player that's not injury prone. We already went through injury prone with Sturridge.
Why don't you just get a mature man who can bowl?
No, hey, that's what I'm saying about Salah. Give the goddamn money right at the beginning. Boom. Let's get this done with.
So no.
Let's get it wrapped
Bailey
up.
Then. No Bailey.
Wrap it up.
All right. No Bailey.
Wrap it up.
Lock it up.
Wrap it up.
All right, there you have it, fellas. It's been real.
Wrapping it
Hope
up.
you enjoyed it. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for supporting the show. We appreciate it.
A la Madrid.
Wrap it up.